Hey there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tendau, and I'm so excited to share my personal story and journey with you. For many years in my life, I have struggled with depression and anxiety. I felt lost, hopeless, and sometimes alone. And it took me quite a long time for me to find a healthy and a sustainable way to cope with my depression. But instead of turning to drugs or other harmful coping mechanisms, I turned to books and autobiographies. I was inspired by stories of resilience, perseverance, and triumph from leaders and successful individuals who overcame adversity and achieved great things. Reading these stories gave me hope and reminded me that it is possible to overcome any obstacle, no matter how big or small. Today, I want to share my journey with you and provide a platform for other people who are struggling with depression or similar challenges to also find hope and support as well as inspiration. So through my videos, I'll be sharing my personal experience, insights, and lessons I've learned from books. And if possible, I will invite guests to share top lessons as well. So we will equally be discussing different topics relating to resilience, leadership, business, and personal development. I strongly believe that together we can learn, grow, and support one another. So if you are looking for a safe and positive space to connect with others who are going through similar experience, then you've come to the right space. So smash the like and subscribe button and join me on this journey of self-discovery, hope, and healing. Mindset for meaning is a good introduction to logotherapy, but it is not just for therapists or for mental health professionals. The first part gives it a relatable human element, and the second part gives it a solid breakdown of Frankl's experiences inside the concentration camps. So both two parts of the book are of great and immense value. Whilst most of us have not suffered to the degree of a person who lived through Nazi concentration camp, we have all suffered one way or the other. Frankl's account of his experiences in the first part of the book is a reminder that suffering is universal. And it is also a reminder of resilience and of human beings' ability to survive and overcome devastating circumstances. Many of the quotes I underlined in the book and I've kept thinking about are from the second half of the book. And Rita Frankl's discourse on logotherapy is dense, and it is very easy to start skimming and miss out on the fundamental ideas and principles. That is what I found myself doing the first time I read Mindset for Meaning. I was a few pages into the second half of the book before I realized I had not comprehended any of it. I was tempted to keep on scanning rather than put in the effort to understand it. And I'm grateful that I chose to go back and slow down and read the book. Rather than quoting the whole book, because I expect you to read it, and because of plagiarism, I selected a few quotes that I truly love. My goal is to give you a taste of Frankl's Mindset for Meaning. The first quote I marked is, "Everyone has his own specific vocation or mission in life. Everyone must carry out a concrete assignment that demands fulfillment. Therein, he cannot be replaced, nor can his life be repeated. Thus, everyone's task is unique as his specific opportunity to implement it." Unquote. The quick lesson here in this quote is that many people feel that there must be something important in this world for them to be doing. Otherwise, why would they be so discontent over failed expectations and lost potential? People do better and feel happier when there is something they are working towards, something that they feel compelled to achieve. Here is another quote that stuck with me when I read this book. We must never forget that we may also find meaning in life even when confronted with a hopeless situation, when facing a fate that cannot be changed. For what then matters is to bear witness to the uniquely human potential at its best, which is to transform a personal tragedy into a triumph, to turn one's predicament into a human achievement. When we are no longer able to change a situation, just think of an incurable disease such as an inoperable cancer. We are challenged to change ourselves. And the lesson here is that in the prospect of being able to change ourselves when there is nothing else that can change, to choose acceptance over struggle, bravery over despair, and compassion over criticism, we have the power to choose who we will be, even if there is nothing else to choose for change. Another quote that goes along those lines is, "Man is capable of changing the world for the better if possible, and of changing himself for the better if necessary." Unquote. Change is not necessary, but the goal is not to tell anyone that they are inadequate. Rather, the goal is to offer change as a solution for difficult or insurmountable challenges. Doing things the same way will always give you the same results. So you change what you do to get different results. On a different note, another quote I found myself thinking about is, "Freedom, however, is not the last choice. Freedom is only half the truth. Freedom is but the negative aspect of the whole phenomenon, whose whole aspect is responsibleness. In fact, freedom is in danger of degenerating into mere arbitrariness unless it is lived in terms of responsibleness." That is why I recommend that the Statue of Liberty in the East Coast be supplemented by the Statue of Responsibility on the West Coast. Unquote. While this quote is a bit different from the previous ones mentioned, they all connect. Freedom and responsibility are two sides of the same coin and meaningless without each other. When we pursue freedom at the risk of responsibility, we lose morality. When we pursue responsibility at the risk of freedom, we lose urgency. So both freedom and responsibility are necessary for life to hold its meaning. So at this point, if I listed all the quotes I love in this book, trust me, we are going to be here for hours on end. So in wrapping up, in case my review of Man's Search for Meaning has not already made my opinion clear, I think everybody should read this book. The only people it might not be suitable for is young children, because reading about Nazi concentration camp is pretty heavy stuff. However, I actually think Man's Search for Meaning will benefit pretty much every grown-up or every adult, so to speak. In conclusion, I think Man's Search for Meaning is not a long book, and the majority of it reads like a novel. It tells the true autobiographical story of a man whose life pursuit of how people find meaning carried him through the loss of freedom. If I should recommend just one book that everybody should read, this should be it. Read it, ponder it, apply it, and maybe share it with your friends. Thank you for watching. Wouldn't you like to know what happens next after we die? Check out our next book review from Sadhguru, the founder of Isha Foundation. I bet you're going to love this book. And if you want to get notified, simply smash the subscribe button and also hit the like in order to get notified on our next video upload on this book. Once again, thank you for watching. Bye for now.